I've been working in a care home for 8 years. I've seen people arrive with resistance in their eyes, some silent, some sobbing. They never wanted to be there, but age and illness left them no choice. Then came Edith. Edith was different. She walked in without protest, her posture straight, her chin held high. She said very little, but the look in her eyes wasn't one of confusion. It was defiance. According to her file, her daughters said she was a danger to her grandchildren. Apparently, being here was for everyone's safety. I took the liberty of reading her chart. It said Edith had a severe case of Alzheimer's, but something didn't sit right. I've worked closely with Alzheimer's patients for years, early stage, mid stage, and heartbreaking late stage. But Edith? She remembered details, followed conversations, made sarcastic comments under her breath. For 6 months, I worked closely with her, and in all that time, the only signs of confusion or aggression came immediately after visits from her daughters. Without fail, after they left, she'd sleep for hours, sometimes cry, sometimes lash out. It wasn't the illness, I was sure of that. It was something else. One afternoon, while helping her fold laundry, I asked gently, "Did you ever imagine you'd end up in a care home?" She scoffed. "Never. This place is a prison. You get told when to eat, when to sleep, and when to shut up. You're surrounded by strangers waiting to die. And the worst part? They treat you like you're already gone." Then her voice softened. "I begged them, you know. I gave them everything. My savings, my homes. All I asked was to build a granny annex, stay close to the kids. I never asked for more, but the moment my husband died, they stopped pretending." I asked about her husband. She told me he'd been a police officer, she a retired judge. Their life was built on service and discipline, and yet here she was, discarded, labeled as mentally unfit. Later that night, after one of her daughters had visited and left, I went into Edith's room to tidy up. That's when I noticed the small amber bottle near her bin. The label was half scratched off, but I could make out part of the name. I Googled it. The drug was known to cause confusion, fatigue, aggression, and memory issues. My stomach twisted. I didn't know what to do. If I reported it, they might think I gave it to her. But doing nothing? That felt worse. I was planning to leave the job in a few months anyway to focus on my growing hairdressing business. I didn't need this mess, but I also couldn't walk away. Edith didn't deserve this, so I sat down with her one evening after the lights were dimmed. The corridors were quiet. "I don't think you have Alzheimer's," I said, "and I found a bottle of medication in your room that could explain the symptoms, but I don't think it was prescribed for you." She looked at me like I'd spoken another language, then she went quiet. I can't believe that," she whispered. "They wouldn't do that to me." "I don't want to jump to conclusions," I replied, "but something's not right. If you're willing, I'd like to help you find out the truth." After a long pause, she nodded. "Let's do it," quietly. From that day, I started collecting evidence. I documented the timing of her daughter's visits and recorded how her behavior changed after each one. I checked trash bins, searched pill bottles, and even took photos of what she was given to eat and drink. At the same time, I started researching the drug in question, its effects, dosage, and how long it stayed in the system. Then one day, fate handed us a gift. I was on a break near the staff entrance when I overheard a heated conversation just outside the back fence. It was Edith's daughters, one of them pacing, the other smoking. "As long as she stays in that care home, the money keeps coming in," said the first, Mara, the older one. Her voice was sharp and calculated. "She doesn't even remember anything," the other muttered. Her name was Lila. She sounded less sure, like someone tangled in something too big. I ducked behind the wall, phone recording. Later that night, I played the audio for Edith. Her hands trembled. Her face went pale. "They were using me?" she whispered. "Yes," I said gently. "And I think it's bigger than that. I think they're making money off your condition." Edith made one call that changed everything. She reached out to George, an old contact from her court days, a retired fraud investigator who once testified in one of her high-profile cases. "If anyone can find out the truth," she said, "it's George." And he did. Within 2 weeks, George uncovered the paper trail, The daughters had taken out a multi-million-dollar insurance policy on Edith. It paid out in the event of a terminal illness or death. The premiums were hidden through shell accounts. The doctor's certificate had been faked. It was methodical, cold, calculated. This wasn't just neglect. It was premeditated. Edith was destroyed. "I gave them everything," she sobbed. "I raised them alone when their father worked nights. I bought them houses, paid off their debts. All I wanted was a room near my grandchildren. And they repay me with this?" She locked herself away for 4 days. No eating, no talking, just silence. I checked in regularly, left food at her door, but didn't push. When she finally emerged, she looked different, tired, but calm. "I've made a decision," she said. "I won't go to the police, not yet. I want to confront them face to face." She arranged a private meeting at the home, inviting her daughters, her lawyer, and George. I was there too, just in case. When the evidence was laid out, the daughters' masks cracked. Lila burst into tears. "I didn't want to go along with it," she cried. "Mara said it was the only way. I didn't know how to stop." Mara stood frozen, silent, no remorse, just defeat. Edith didn't yell, she didn't cry. She simply said, "You've already taken everything from me, but I'm not letting you take my dignity." Her lawyer explained the legal consequences: 5 years in prison for falsifying medical documents, another 10 for insurance fraud. The only alternative? Mortgage the homes Edith had bought them and return enough funds to buy her a house and provide ongoing financial support for the rest of her life. They agreed. Edith bought a home around the corner from me. We became close. She'd pop over for tea, bring biscuits, ask about my business. She even offered to help me buy my own home. I declined. But when she offered to help me rent a shop for my hairdressing salon, I said yes. It felt different, like a partnership, not a handout. I told her if she ever needed anything, I'd be there. She lost all trust in her daughters, wouldn't even accept food from them. But slowly, she began to smile again, laugh, live. Sometimes when we sit in her garden, she looks off into the distance and asks, "Do you think they ever loved me?" I don't know how to answer that, but I do know this. She finally sleeps through the night, and on weekends you can hear the laughter of her grandchildren coming from her front garden. They run up the path, arms outstretched, calling "Gran," before throwing themselves into her arms. That's all she ever wanted. This is my story as it is. If you've enjoyed this story and want more powerful true-to-life tales like this, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. What would you have done if you were in the carer's position? Do you think the daughters deserve their fate or worse? Let us know in the comments and hit the bell so you never miss another story.